Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is Thursday, September 26th. Can you believe it? I know I'm a little bit behind and I'm going to be short today because I have to get ready to head to Richmond at 8 o'clock. And I did what most people do. What happens is I'm behind the time. Good morning, Kristen. Good morning. It's good to see y'all this morning. So what I want to do this morning is give you a debrief on some things. Like I don't post all the things that are happening, but I definitely want to sort of give y'all loop y'all into what we have going on, and then if you have any questions, now is the time because this is going to be a short one. Like I said, I have to leave for Richmond at 8. I started late because I woke up late. Like that's just what happened. I'm ripping and running, trying to get my life together. It happens. Hey, how y'all doing? Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Little. Okay, let's get it. So first of all, if you haven't already seen, we posted that we are having a fundraiser. This will be trying to make it my biggest one. I have to have a tall order to raise before I go into session because I don't know if you all know this. When we're in session, when we're up in Richmond, we are not allowed to raise any funding because you don't want somebody paying for votes. So once I that gavels me into session, I cut everything off. So which means I have to have everything I need to have to take care of staff, take care of operations all the way up until pretty much March or April, right? So it's going to be a big push. So I want everybody to join us at you can either come to Boss Queens or you can do it virtually. We'll be having the couples karaoke and I'll be facing off against the Speaker of the House. $1 equals one vote. So I just want y'all to just come support. It's going to keep us doing the things that we do. Number two, we do have a policy roundtable, making sure that our last policy roundtable that we're going to be having is on election reform, which will be October 16th, I believe. I'm going to double back on that and make sure the second or third Tuesday. But so remember, each month we've had these policy roundtables. I've had some of you come to me and be like, can you do a different roundtable? Can you do something? Yes, you just got to tell us the idea that you have, and then we'll move forward there. We are wholeheartedly planning what it is that we're trying to do for session, what kind of engagement. Yes, Fridays is going to come back when I'm in session. Yes, Behind the Door is going to come back when I'm in session. And then we'll still have our Thursday mornings, right? We will still have these, but we're looking at some things to help y'all be able to understand what it is that's happening in Richmond. What I was thinking about doing, and y'all can tell me what y'all think. I was thinking about having like learning with lobbyists because I think in summer school, we get the opportunity to sort of learn a little bit more about how lobbyists are a part of the system. And I know we kind of hear that word and we're like, ooh, lobbyists, gross. Well, let me tell you something. I did an event with the lobbyists for the AARP. Right? Oh, good. I'm good, Kristen. Kristen says, so good. Love the roundtables. Learn so much. Me too. I'm learning too a lot of times. And it also helps with perspective. What our goal is always to walk in, at least talking to people in our district. You cannot supplement getting on Doers. And I'm really sad this summer I didn't get to get on Doers the way I wanted to. Just life was not set up that way. Just had a series of family events that kept me away from being able to get out in the streets I wanted to. Oh, Kristen barfed lobbyists. So yes. So I was thinking about learning with lobbyists. So like PETA has a lobbyist. AARP, our shelters for our unhoused children. There are so many. So that's what I'm saying. I just want to make sure that we are creating opportunities to learn from each other. So that's my ask. If you guys have ideas, bring them to me. We will take them for what they are and see if there's a way to incorporate it. I don't know all the things. While I love to be creative and figure out ways to engage, I don't know all the things. I don't know what's working, what's not. And I know we got a generation that five generations we're trying to figure out how to stay connected to. So there's that part. So fundraiser headed up to October too. So keep this in mind. All this summer, I've been asking about legislation and asking about bill ideas and doing all that stuff. The end of next month, the end of October, we will release our legislative agenda. Good morning, Little Rock. I don't know if you came and left already. 804. This is we're going to be releasing our legislative agenda. Does that mean that that'll be all encompassing? No, because I'll still have the opportunity to bring, we have space to put in, hello, see, we'll have space to put in a few more bills if we need to. Just waited to see what things look like, but definitely want to make sure that I share it with you, the public, before we head up to Richmond. So you're like, I don't know what kind of stuff she bringing to Richmond. No, you know what kind of stuff we bring in. We've been talking about it, and I want you to be a part of that process. So secondly, what am I saying? This weekend, so I left town on Saturday, this past Saturday, right? I was not around for a bit because some of the committees that I serve on, and let me say what committees I serve on. I serve on the committee for elections, privileges and elections. So that's all of our, election stuff, constitutional stuff, campaign finance, all that good stuff, right? So privileges and elections, communication technology and innovation. I guess I should back up. Privileges and election. I also serve as the subcommittee chair for elections administration. This stuff is important, especially if you went to summer school. Subcommittees are so important. And as we walk up, I think I'm going to have to do something for us. So privilege and elections. I'm a subcommittee chair for elections administration. So how elections run, all that kind of law. I'm the person that runs that meeting. Communications technology and the innovation, where I'm the subcommittee chair for the communications subcommittee. So like anything, like we hear stuff about TikTok, we hear stuff about broadband, we hear stuff about all that kind of stuff, cyber security. So that committee. And then I sit on the committee for transportation, right? And I'm the subcommittee chair for the transportation and innovation. So this year it's kind of like a everything else subcommittee. So I heard all the bills about the speed cameras, which we just did a policy roundtable on. And I heard all the bills about like towing and stuff. And then lastly, I sit on agriculture, Chesapeake, and natural resources. Here's what I love about agriculture, Chesapeake, and natural resources. My goodness. We just went on a retreat. So we had committees because it's a continuous learning experience. I only spent a finite amount of time up in Richmond. So we have to have learning experiences along the way. So I had the ability this weekend to go to like Southwest Virginia, not South. So yeah, I rode on Highway 81. So if y'all have ever driven 81, oh my God. It's like the Autobahn. I swear the truck drivers drive like they driving Mini Coopers, okay? They drive like they are out of control. It is wild over there. So anyway, I went out to visit farms. I visited a dairy farm. I visited a chicken farm. I visited a solar farm. Talked a lot about the Chesapeake Bay, where we are on our goals, and nitrogen in the air, all these different things. So it was really from Sunday and Monday, I spent out in other parts of Virginia learning about their stuff, learning about other parts of Virginia. No crap, y'all. And I'm going to post this video, and I'll make sure I post it today. Is the chicken farm that we went to was the chicken farm that is in the pipeline. Their chickens end up at Popeye's Chicken. So I was fascinated. I was like, their chickens end up at Popeye's Chicken? They were like, yes. Okay, so like, tell me this process. Right. Tell me this process by which these chickens end up at Popeyes. I've learned about technology in farming, right? Where technology is going and helping farmers, and why it's important that we do certain things to ensure that the farmers here are able to still do just that. Met a young farmer, because that's a thing. Like a lot of young folks are not getting into farming, but did meet a guy named Jackson, where he was on the chicken farm, and he's yeah, starting with corn. I learned about state parks too. So I took a trip to Seven Bend State Park because that's a part of the agriculture Chesapeake and natural resources. These are natural resources. The process by which we determine what a state park is, that land thing. I know that's kind of nerdy stuff, but really that committee holds the breath of that committee. I love it. It's not really many of the issues we get to hear are not really partisan. It's really just okay, so like let's get an understanding of and you guys see the videos like the cake pop stuff. That's you can't, those are beautiful things. So I do still have continuous, I feel like I have to have continuous learning for some of the committees I sit on because I don't know all the things, right? And it's important at the state level that we understand, right? Like it's super important that I create spaces for people in rural or hyper urban environments to understand what it's like to live here, and that I get an understanding of what it's like to live there, so that when we're passing laws, we're not passing them or when we're fussing and I don't want to say cussing and fussing, but when we're trying to get at each other about the way a law is, that I can come to it from a place of empathy and understanding. And I've learned a lot. And my goal now is to figure out what is it about our space and place that we need more people to understand. I need some legislators to come down here when it rains really bad, just to kind of see what we're dealing with, and know that that's partly a local thing, right? But why we have to help the localities with the stormwater, or support these sorts of projects, help them understand what it's like to have the military sit right up on your backyard, or the port sit, or to have the bridges and the tunnels and all these things. Why this portion, Hampton Roads, comes to the state for certain things in a certain way is important. So I definitely want to do that. And I want to get out on the Eastern Shore. So there's a lot. Like I'm excited to learn, excited to share things. Okay, I see some questions. You see the pilot view. Yeah, unnamed. Yeah. Did you, let me read that for you all. Kristen Wheeler 77 says, you see that pilot article in Virginia Beach where the unnamed vendor sent out over 7,000 wrong ballots? I did. And folks are on that. Yes, I did. And I get hot because listen, the important thing, right? One of the most important things I think we all need to understand is that there are people out there are countries out there that want us to stop believing in democracy. It's not just about being on the brink of another major war, because we are, right? All jokes aside, as a United States, we're on the brink of walking into our next major war. I'm going to say within the next 5 years. And I hate to put that in the ether, but just the way this world is set up and the way it's moving, from what I know, we are on the brink of something. And it is super important. So I'm looking at Kristen's comment about the 7,000 wrong ballots. There are countries that have a committed effort, that are committed to making sure that we stop believing in the system, that we stop believing in democracy. So like, I'm not saying that to be hyper hyper vigilant. I'm saying that's real. Okay, there was a pilot article. So think about that. She just said there's a pilot article that said war with China in 2027. So that means we have literally three, wait, 25, 26, two general assemblies away from war. How do we do our job to make sure that the Commonwealth of Virginia is ready? Because I'm telling you, the way we are moving technologically, we have not necessarily seen war on our shores, right? We have not, right? The United States, we have not necessarily in our lifetime seen, 9/11 was one thing, but we have not had war directly on our shores. With the cybersecurity the way it is, with technology the way it is that there are other ways to hit us. Water infrastructure, our lighting grid, our phones. There's just so many different things that that we infrastructure wise that can put us in a place where we might want to consider as a commonwealth, understanding what it means, it looks like to support the broader United States. So yes, hey, good morning, hope for the warriors, Elizabeth. So good to see you this morning. So that part. So and even with that, taking care of our warfighters. I was in a meeting yesterday where we started talking about coastal resilience, right? So our whole idea here was we're talking about coastal resilience, how we go. And the leadership in the meeting said, hey, we went to the military and we asked them, what is the most important thing? How can we support you? And you know what the military leadership said? This is the top folks in the area. We talking about fleet forces folks said childcare, housing were on that list. There's one more and it's failing me. Childcare, housing, and mental health resources. I am not kidding. And I said, and the other folks in the room was like, we were floored. We were thinking they were going to say something infrastructure wise and blah, blah. I said, well, human capital is capital, right? And we are allowing space for different kinds of people to be a part of this, part of service, which means there are different needs. I have done, and I say this out loud to people so you understand that I may seem like, yeah, I got it all together. Ain't nobody got it all together. And when I was on active duty, I did a lot of illegal things just to make sure I could be at work, right? Things that I would get in trouble for, or surrounding my kids. My mental health sacrificed, straight up sacrifice. It's the the thing that I struggle with now is, yes, I am diagnosed with PTSD, but it's hard to get help because I don't like the way they want to help me. So what I'm saying is that yes, in order to take care of the people that we expect to defend this country, we have to take care of their families because many of them are doing it. We are no longer in a space where we're saying, if when I first came in, women were still being separated from the military for having kids, right? If you did not have a family care plan for us, for women, and it was mostly, I'm sure there were some single dads that had the same issue, but mostly women, when they had children, if you don't have this thing called a family care plan, you're out. Bye. We can't use you because you don't got nothing to do with your kids. And when you're in a space like we are, where you may not have family or a way to get it's real. So I say that to say is that we are on the brink of war. We do have to take care of military folks. This is not just about hand-to-hand combat, ship-to-ship combat, all that. It's not just about that. It's an infrastructure war, right? It is a safety and security war. It is a war on our ideals and beliefs in the system by which we live in, democracy. Not kidding. Can't say that enough. Not trying to hype it up enough. I'm just being real with y'all. So let's go. Yes, food is security. So yes, Kristen, all about food security. I definitely think if that's something, if you all are into food security, please go to the Food Policy Council. I'm still trying to stay connected to what's happening locally so that I can advocate really well on the state level of what's happening. So I've got my harbingers there and just want to keep them there too. Kristen says, I know a lot of local farmers, Delegate Glass, roundtable, it can be organized. All right, you bring it up, you head it up. I would love to do a farmer roundtable. I would love it. I'm gonna tell you, I was so fascinated being on the farm. Your girl was so happy. Like, just tell me more. Tell me more. Learning about the programs and things that we've created to help the farmers around Virginia. It was a good time. I learned so much. I got so much video. I just need to get to posting. That's a thing. I'm still looking for folks. Definitely in need of some support from people to help. And if you've got somebody that you think might be great at social media, tell them holler at me, because it's a struggle bus. I am caregiving, and I got a fresh kid in college and a eighth grader and a 18-year-old niece that came here from Nebraska. So which I love all of this. I love all of this. But yeah, it's so if you know somebody that can handle social, I would love it. But I ain't rich, so just know that. And that's why I'm fundraising. So hopefully y'all come to the fundraiser, or you join the fundraiser online, because you can watch online. It's couples karaoke. I hope to see you there. We have a fabulous grown zone. Oh, I love it. I want to see it. There's so many different ways to there's so many different ways to Mm. So many different ways to engage with the food economy here. Kristen said, unprecedented schedule war. Meet me at the playground at 3 p.m. That I know that's right. I didn't see the article about war in 20, so I'm definitely gonna. If you've read the article, give me a thumbs up. Like I have not read this article, the article from the pilot, but I definitely gonna have to take a look. I also need to take a look at the CNO's guidance that she just put out, and I'm so look that feels so good. The CNO guidance that she just put out. I'm gonna take a look at that. I'm gonna take a look at that as well. So I've got some reading in, and I there it is. Whoop, there it is. Okay, so you lost me for a second. I don't know. Internet is not great, but I am going to wrap it up because I have to be on the road in 20 minutes, headed up to Richmond. I am going to I am headed up to Richmond for a commission that I sit on the Board of Veteran Services today at 10 a.m. So I will be there for most of the day. And then this evening, shout out to my Civic League, Valentine Place Civic League. I don't always get to go to my own Civic League because I'm at other people's places and place spaces. But there's going to be the Greater Lafayette Council that they are joining. They're going to talk about some things today. So I'm going to head to that. And also, if you got a civic league that you feel like I should be at, sometimes we email the stuff and people don't, it's not the right person. So if you have a organization, a community, anybody that you think, hey, delegate, we would love to have y'all come speak or come listen, because we can do that too. We don't always have to be there to speak. We can be there to listen. I'm here for it. Just email the office. If you send it in the chat, if you send in a message to any of our social, it's going to give you the information to be able to reach out to the office, because it's very challenging to try to manage social, especially when my type of account gets spammed all the time. I'm just telling you, I get spammed out on social. So that's my ask. I'm going to get ready to hit the road. I'm going to go to this Board of Veteran Services meeting. And I wish you all the best. This is Delegate Jackie Glass, Mama, Navy vet, certified doer, the laced up legislator for the House of Delegates, 93rd District, honored and proud to serve. I will catch y'all on the flippity flop, and be kind to yourself. Be kind, okay? You can't be kind to others if you're not kind to yourself. You're going to finish what you said you were going to finish. You're going to get it done, right? At some point, you'll be there. Everything happens in the right time, all right? We're not doing that. We're not talking bad to ourselves today, because we ain't going to talk bad to nobody else. All right. All right. So thank you all so much. Oh, neighborhood cleanup. Send me the information. Bayview is right outside the district, but still I'll send it. I'll actually, if you send it to me, I'll make sure I send it to Phil too. And if I can be there, I will do my best. All right. Until next time, adios. And I look forward to hearing, especially from you, Kristen, so we can get this farmer round table together. I think that'll be dope. All right. Be well. Make it a great day.